Bosque de Chapultepec, or Chapultepec Park, is one of the best things to do in Mexico City. The forested area is huge and over double the size of Central Park in New York City, so you could easily spend multiple days exploring. The park is divided in two main sections, and today we'll focus on the smaller section where many of the top tourist sites are located. In this video, we'll share the best things to do in Chapultepec in one day. As the most visited museum in Mexico City, the National Anthropology Museum is a must-see. We recommend arriving early as it can get quite busy. If the line to buy tickets is long, look to the left near bag check and the gift shop, and the machines usually have a much shorter line. They only accept card at the machines though. Entrance is 95 pesos, or about $5, and the museum is closed on Mondays. The museum is organized by regions of Mexico, as artifacts from all over the country are sent to this museum, so you can learn about the diversity of civilizations throughout different regions and time periods. One of my favorite areas was on the Yucatan Peninsula and the Mayans. The most popular room is on the Mexica people, who lived in the Mexico City area. You may be used to hearing people refer to the Mexicas as Aztecs, but they referred to themselves as Mexica, and it wasn't until the 1800s when Aztec was popularized by a German explorer. It's a bit complex, so we're not going to get too into it, but just so you know, in the museum, Mexica refers to the people you're probably used to calling Aztec. In this large room, you'll find the famous Mexica calendar, a replica of Moctezuma's headdress, and countless other impressive Mexica artifacts. You could spend all day here, but if you're short on time, I recommend setting aside 2 to 3 hours and picking the rooms that interest you most. After the Anthropology Museum, cross the street and walk to the Chapultepec Zoo. You may think this is an interesting choice, but I think it's worth a visit to see native Mexican animals and unique animals other zoos don't have. It's also completely free, so you can stop by for an hour to see a few animals or spend all day there. One of the main reasons we stopped by was to see the giant panda. It's only one of 2 places in North America where you can see a panda. We also saw native Mexican species like the Teporingo volcano rabbit that is only found on the nearby volcanoes, various species of axolotl, and Mexican wolves. I was excited to have a pretty good view of the snow leopard as well. You'll see lots of people in the zoo and throughout the park with colorful fuzzy monkeys on their heads. They shoot water from their tails and are a fun souvenir. They're only $2 to $3 and there's tons of stands that sell them. But usually the farther you are from the entrance of the park, the cheaper they are. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. After the zoo, you'll be ready for food. There's lots of stalls with snacks like chips, candies, and drinks. Nefi got dorilocos, but I wanted a torta. The tortas outside the park looked really good, but the one I got from outside the zoo was not good. It was huge, and the price to quantity was pretty good, but the quality was poor. I recommend a big breakfast, bringing cash for snacking your way through the park, and a big dinner after. Or some of the restaurants in the zoo looked good, but there were long lines and we were in a bit of a hurry to try and fit in as much as we could. We walked by the lakes on our way to our last stop of the day. I wanted to rent a paddle boat and spend more time here, but we just didn't have enough time. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on. Our last stop is the Chapultepec Castle. This is the only castle in North America that has been occupied by royalty. You might think they were Spanish, but they were Belgian and Austrian, installed as emperor and empress after the French invaded and defeated the Mexican army in the 1800s. There was a large line for tickets in the afternoon, and you still have to walk up the hill to reach the castle, so be sure to plan enough time. Entrance is 95 pesos, and they're closed on Mondays. There are 2 sections of the castle. The first is about the history of Mexico, and while interesting, I would skip it if short on time. The second section is about the castle itself and shows what it was like when inhabited. The terrace with views of the park, the city, and the Ángel de Independencia are definitely the highlight of the castle. There's also a second floor that we ran out of time and didn't get to see, unfortunately. On the last Wednesday of the month, you can often visit the castle after hours at the Noche de Museos, so if your visit aligns with that night, it's a great way to fit more in your day, and then you might even have time to rent a boat at the lake too. There's so much more you can do in Chapultepec, but I hope this guide helps you plan your visit. Thanks for traveling with us, and we'll see you next time.